Joe, as of the recording of this, the Oscars does not have a host. You know why that is?
Still,
because everybody tweets. Everybody tweets. Everyone has a fucking tweet that could end your career.
I got Best Picture. I got them all pulled up here.
Joe, what would you do if you got picked to host the porno awards? And they went back into your Twitter history and somehow found something that made people take that gig away from you.
He doesn't even masturbate, he said. Fired. Jesus Christ. That's why I shut my Twitter down. I was like, fuck this shit. Jesus.
Yeah, that was one of the... You know what was funny about that? I feel like so much of that shit, it starts with it starts with something you couldn't argue. You know what I mean? Don't be homophobic, right? And then it becomes like a group and it's organized. And then this group, not the group of people they're representing, the group itself. What they got to do is in order for people to respect them, they got to take somebody out or they got to make somebody apologize to them. And then because if they don't have that, then nobody listens to them. Right? Now, I don't want to name any names here, but what was funny about this whole situation is they never got this person to fucking do that on this one, which was hilarious to me because they went like,
it's not a secret who you're talking about.
I know, but I don't want to start it all back up for them. So I'm just not going to say the name. Everybody knows what I'm talking about. What was funny to me, they're like, hey, you got this fucking thing.
Right.
We don't like it. Apologize for it. And he's like, I already addressed it. They go, well, address it again or we'll take the show away. And he goes, all right, take the show away. And they're like, say that you're friends with us. That was the last thing. Say that you're an ally. And he's like, I'm not doing that. And it's like, why would I say I'm an ally? You took my fucking dream gig away. But what I thought, the thing about that was they needed him to validate them. Mm-hmm. Show that we have power. Because, so I feel like so much of it becomes, it's not even, hey, let's try to educate people. This person made a mistake. Let's let somebody know about their mistake. Why we blah, 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 blah. Then there was another guy going, okay, well, this guy's a bad guy. Look at these three women. They've all fucking said this shit. Don't name names, okay? Because I don't want to start any problem with anybody. No. But what was funny was all of their tweets that I read were clearly jokes. They clearly didn't mean it in a homophobic way, but the way it was written, it's just like, and everybody's just like, oh, stop being petty with them. Well, look, it kind of felt fucked up to me.
The same thing happened with what's-her-face that got fired for the blackface thing she said on the show. And then people came out and they were like, look at all these famous people that did blackface jokes and actually put blackface on.
Oh, somebody did a joke about blackface? I can't even keep up anymore.
Tons of people have done that.
But somebody did a joke.
No, she didn't do a joke. She said, you know what's funny? I literally can't even remember.
Oh, is this the news lady?
Yeah. She was just like, she just was saying like, I don't understand if you dress up like a black person for Halloween, that you admire. Why is that blackface? How's that the same thing? You're not mocking them. And she got fired.
Oh, I see. It's like, okay, if you want to go as Denzel Washington and you're white, yeah, if you do that, yeah, it's weird. But that's one of those things, though. It just comes back to like, well, if you fuckheads didn't do what you did, then you could do it.
And I don't think she even disagreed with that. I think she was just posing the question like, I don't understand. And they were like, beat it. Here's the rest of your contract money. Get out of here. But then people in retaliation, or rather in defense of her, were being like, yeah, but what about all these famous people that actually put on blackface because they were doing a sketch or they thought it was funny or whatever? And I'm not criticizing those people either. I'm just saying,
this is what I don't like.
One person gets singled out for a thing and people try to make an example out of them. And it's like,
a lot of it is like the rollerblading fad, which I always use as a fucking example because it was like everybody.
You led the charge with that.
I did, Joe, with my little booty shorts. Joe, everybody fucking rollerbladed just about. I mean, was just.
Yeah, people loved it.
It was so fucking mainstream. And then all of a sudden it went away. And then everybody, because a homophobic joke made it go away or whatever. And then like everybody acts like they didn't do it. Or like there's a band that like sells a fucking 9 zillion records like Nickelback, and then you just cannot find a Nickelback fan. It's like, well, did the band buy all those fucking albums? Everybody gets to pretend. So all of this shit, like where they go back to like, 1990 something or 2000 something. It's like, this person said this. What about this? It's like, well, where the fuck were you? You were alive when that happened.
Yeah.
Where's your fucking tweet about it? Like this fucking thing where you go back like retroactively where like, I don't know. It's just this whole fucking weird thing where everybody's just trying to get everybody in trouble.
It undermines the very definition of progress. Progress works like this. You look at a thing you did and you go, that was fucked up. We shouldn't do that anymore. Let's be better. That's progress.
Right.
Progress doesn't exist if you don't have that growth portion of it. That's progress. Right. So these people essentially want to eliminate the idea of progress and create this like omniscient fucking, all-knowing eternal knowledge that just doesn't fucking exist.
No, that pertains to them. That's crazy. The thing. That if it pertains, everybody, the Patrice used to do this great joke about how people, like, when they get a disease, a famous person gets a disease, then they start a cause for that disease. He goes, I want to see a famous person with a disease that starts raising money for another disease. Like, what? Like, it's like you only give a fuck about this shit because you have it.
Right.
So many of these fucking groups, like what they're saying and all this shit, it's like you're just saying that because you are that group. Well, and now you're yelling at me, and it's just like if you weren't in that group, you'd be over here with me eating fucking buffalo wings, not paying attention.